Dangal greetings everyone! In this video, we will be presenting our library management system created in Java. This system focuses on array manipulation, searching, sorting, validating, and updating records through different methods. The system can perform 6 major functions: add books, view books, update books, delete books, borrow books, and return books. Later, you will notice that some methods are reused across these features, but we will be explaining each unique methods once, then refer to it when it appears again.
Our system uses two 2D string type arrays, one of which is books, which stores all available books. Each row contains 5 pieces of information: book ID, title, author, genre, and quantity. Another one which is borrowed books, which stores ongoing borrow transactions. Each row contains book ID, borrower's name, and the book title. These arrays act like tables where each row represents one complete record. Empty rows, represented as null, indicate unused space.
When the program starts, it displays a main menu containing all available actions. The user chooses an option, and the program calls the corresponding method. This looping structure allows the user to perform multiple tasks without restarting the system. The menu options include add book, view books, update book, delete book, borrow book, return book, and exit. Each option handles user input, validation, and updates the arrays.
Another important helper method is the book ID to row converter. Since book IDs follow the pattern B001, B002, and so on, the method extracts the number part of the ID and subtracts 1 to get the correct array index. This ensures that the program always accesses the correct row of 2D array based on the book ID format.
Our system includes several helper methods designed to make the program cleaner, avoiding repeating code, and handles important logic that other feature items. This method supports almost every main function of the system. One of the key helper methods is the book ID validator. This method scans the book's array to check whether the book ID actually exists. It returns the index of the book it found. It returns -1 if not found. Because of this, the main future like updating, deleting, borrowing, and returning can easily confirm whether the user entered the valid book ID and continuing. Our system includes several helper methods designed to make the program cleaner, avoid repeating code, and handles important logic that other feature items. This method supports almost every main function in the system. One of the key helper methods is the book ID validator. This method scans the book's array to check whether the book ID actually exists. It returns the index of the book it found. It returns -1 if not found. Because of this, the main.
When deleting a book, the user enters the book ID of they want to remove. The system first checks if the ID exists in the book array. Next, it performs an important validation. The system checks if the book is currently borrowed by any student. If the book is still borrowed, the deletion cannot continue. This prevents inconsistencies, such as removing a book that someone is still using. If the book is not borrowed, the entire row is cleared by setting all the columns to null. This frees up the space for future book entries. After the deletion, the system confirms that the book has been removed.
The borrowing process involves several validations to ensure correctness. First, the user enters the book ID. The system checks whether the ID exists and whether the quantity is greater than 0. Next, the user enters their name. The system checks the borrowed book array to make sure that the same borrower has not already borrowed the exact same book. This prevents duplicate borrowing. If all conditions are met, 1. The quantity of the book is reduced by 1. 2. A free row in the borrowed books array is located. 3. 3. The system stores the book ID, borrower's name, and book title. Finally, the system displays a message confirming the successful borrowing.
Finally, the system includes a sorting method for the borrowed books array. This method arranges all active borrowing records in alphabetical order based on the borrower's name. Sorting makes the borrowing list more readable, especially when the system displays many borrowed records. It also helps users find their names faster during the return process. These helper methods play a major role in keeping the entire program stable and organized. They allow the main features to focus on their core task, while the helper methods handle checking, validating, and organizing data.
We also use a safe integer input method which catches errors when the user enters letters or invalid characters instead of numbers. Instead of crashing, the method informs the user of the mistake and asks for another input until the value is valid. This protects the system from input-related errors.
When returning a book, the system first sorts the borrowed books array for organized display. Borrowed records are shown to help the user to locate the correct entry. The user enters the book ID of the book they want to return. If multiple people borrowed that same book, the system lists all matching borrowers and allows the user to select the specific record. Once selected, first the book's quantity in the books array is increased by 1. Second, the borrowed books row is cleared, meaning all columns in the row are set to null. This ensures that the borrowing record is properly removed and the book inventory is restored.